Welcome, everybody. My name is Michael, and today we have some news regarding my FICO score. It should be closer to 600, and yet it dropped 52 points in a single day. This is absolutely ludicrous. So my statement is the 16th. I'm going to show you guys right here. My statement is the 16th. Today is the 17th. Yesterday, I was recording this, and I see that Credit Karma checks daily. So that's what I think is going to happen, and that in a couple days, it's going to go back up. Although I don't know, I've never seen this before. I don't know why. For so many months, everything was fine. I'd pay right before the statement, and that's what I did this time. I paid on the 15th. I get paid on Fridays. I got paid. I immediately paid this bill. And in addition to this, I actually went over my credit card limit by $8. The reason for this is because Discover decided right before my statement, hey, you know that chargeback that you've been trying, that little dispute? Oops, that $63 dispute for a package that you haven't received. You know what? The merchant actually sent verification that you received the package. You know what the verification was? A tracking code. That's it. Okay, great. The package says it was delivered, but I never got it, though. You know what I did? I filed an investigation with U.S. Postal Service, but they don't care. They don't care. I submitted my documentation. They're like, this isn't enough verification. What do you mean? The other guy sent a tracking number. And Discover, unlike Chase or American Express, Discover decides, hey, you know what? If the merchant sends anything, if they send anything that could verify that you actually lost your money, they're going to charge you again. They're going to take away that credit, which, again, it doesn't make sense. So many reasons why I'm hating Discover. Like, Discover hasn't even paid me my $200 security deposit back yet. It's 2 months, dude. Alongside that, Discover also, with the credit, it took like 9 or 10 days, where it takes Chase 12 hours if there's any issues. And this is the first time I've lost a dispute. Like, how? So I submitted information again. I'm trying with U.S. Postal Service, but Discover, I hate them. And Discover, when they did this, their whole system was lagging behind. So it said, oh, actually, we didn't do anything. And I was trying to figure it out in my head. Where'd this $63 come from? Because what happened is suddenly they went back through all my transactions over the past 3-4 weeks, and they said, oh, you were actually negative way before. I was like, what do you mean? I have an email. I have emails of like how much I had and like proof that I actually had different amounts. What do you mean? So the first time I called Discover, she's like, oh yeah, it looks like you went negative 3 weeks ago. No, I didn't. That's false. I did not go negative. What happened is I later got transferred to a manager who told me, oh, that's the credit that was reversed, and it'll be updated within the next couple of days. It was lagging behind, and they decided to do it right before my statement. So I was like, oh gosh, okay, fine. Now I'm negative a couple of days. Let's pay it on my payday. And that's exactly what I did, as always. And I guess it's the weekend, which sure delays everything. But Discover has done this many times before, and other banks, it was okay. It counted. And on the weekends, even on holidays it wouldn't. But as long as you made the payment, even if it didn't qualify, even if it wasn't verified until after the statement date, they still collected it and they still counted it. So sometimes I would have my payment taken out 2, 3, 4 days after the statement, and it would still count. In this case, even before the statement, suddenly, my score goes down 52 points. That is huge. That's half a year's work. That's even more to try and regain that, unless this is an issue with Credit Karma. Again, we don't trust Credit Karma. It gives you a rough idea. But right now, there haven't been any updates on Chase or anywhere else because Credit Karma updates every single day. So we're going to find out in the next couple of days. But it's so silly. I think part of it is because it's over $500. It went over the limit, and the utilization's pretty high. Now, the other credit card that it's counting, oh, you have 500 something out of $707. And it's like, wait, but with that, the other credit card has a statement that's also coming up on the 20th. So after the 20th, once we have both credit cards that are paid off and my also car loan is the 18th. So it's like everything kind of bundles up. Usually the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, that's when I see a nice boost. So that's when we're going to find out. It's the 17th, almost done, almost 18th. I'm going to be checking every single day. But if it stays like this, I honestly don't know what's going on. I'm doing everything right. I'm paying right before. I wish I could pay, a week before the statement closes, and it's just been a little tough with bills. And it's like, I get there's some bad weeks, there's some good weeks in car sales, and that's the problem. It's like, you can't time it, because if you have some bad weeks, you have to use your credit card. You have to, drive DoorDash. You have to do all these things, which I do, and it just is what it is. It's very, very difficult to rebuild credit. It takes so long. In the end, it is going to be a 700 credit score and above. It is. Eventually, even as collections, they are going to fall off after 7.5 years. That's the maximum. They are going to fall off. Essentially, they're not going to be hurting my credit score. And a lot of inquiries, they're going to stop. They're still going to be on there because they're counted over a 2-year period. But a lot of them, it is going to be Some guy just walked right next to my car, stared on the ground, picked something up, looked at it, and just left. What? Was there something right next to my car that was actually of value? I tried looking over. I was like, why is he staring at my car? Because he was like intensely staring like at the very front of my hood. And I was like, what? He picked something up. I have no idea. And now it's making me wonder, did something fall off from my car? Probably not, but I don't know. Anyways, that was kind of weird. That's why I kind of stopped. So it is going to be a while. Now, with Discover, I'm not too pleased about multiple things. Again, $200, still haven't received it. Now I tried, and I think they're going to send it digitally, but it's been so many days and still nothing. So with the fact that the credit, I don't know why they have this system that's so delayed and laggy, and I don't know. It's a shame, because I really want a better credit score so I don't have to use Discover. And if it randomly fell right now, I'm just not sure how to get out of it for the nearby future. So it's just keep utilization low, which after the statements, that's usually when it is updated. So again, I think it is just a Credit Karma thing, but we're going to see pretty soon. And I am a little stressed. And I know people are going to be like, oh, it's just a score. It's just a score. But the score is very important in America. As we've already seen, high interest rates, having to have a cosigner for an apartment, it is not too great. There's thousands of dollars that could have been saved just because I could have had a better credit score. And I wish I could go back. I wish I didn't lose so much money in cryptocurrency. I was making good money. It's not like I wasn't making any money at all and I just took credit and was just silly about that. No, I could have paid off my credit cards. It's just I didn't really use my money. I mean, I did. I used parts of my money back then, but I lost most of it in the markets. It was there in the markets. It kept growing and growing and growing and growing until one day it was wiped out. Almost everything. And at that point, I was so shell-shocked that it just continued to go down. And I was like, oh, it's going to recover. And no, it did not. And eventually I sold, but then I was in the negatives. And at that point, the bills piled up and I paid what I could, and it is what it is. So don't be a fool with your credit. Don't be a fool. How to ruin your credit very quickly. I'm going to check Credit Karma right now. This is more than 24 hours later. Let's see. Yeah, TransUnion, not affected at all. It's still 616, Equifax 569. So I don't know. We'll see tomorrow, I guess. Anyways, thanks so much for watching today's video. Have a great rest of your day, and see you. I just got an email from Chase, which also takes a look at Vantage Score, but they use, there's Equifax, and then there's Experian. I think they use Experian. They had sent me an email. Review potentially negative activity related to your high utilization. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. The real score is the FICO score. That's what matters. And again, maybe they'll get updated after the weekend, but I don't know. We'll see. Has anybody also had situations like this where you make the payment and for some reason, I don't know, it goes down? Let me know. See ya.